She showed up at my front door at 7:43 in the morning, clipboard in hand, sunglasses on, standing on my porch like she owned it. And she said, with the most condescending smile I have ever seen on a human face, "You have 72 hours to remove it, or I remove it for you." She was talking about a fence, my fence, on my property, that I had every legal right to build. I took the notice. I thanked her. I closed the door. It wasn't the end. Not even close. We read the CC&Rs. We read the bylaws. We even read the amendment addenda, which, let me tell you, most people never do. We did our homework. We thought we were ready. Margaret was the Architectural Review Committee chair, which, in a neighborhood of 212 homes, she treated like a cabinet-level position. Over the winter, 3 of the wooden privacy fence slats had rotted and broken. Biscuit figured that out about 30 seconds after we did. Our lot sits on what's called a corner transition zone. Interior boundary, not a street-facing boundary. That distinction matters. A lot. I filed the notification form. I emailed it to the ARC on a Tuesday. I got an auto confirmation receipt. By Wednesday morning, Margaret was at my door. She did not knock like a normal person. She used the side of her fist. 3 heavy, deliberate pounds. "This isn't a discussion," she said, holding out a bright yellow violation notice. Pre-printed, already filled out with my address and everything. "This is official notice. You have until Friday at 5 p.m. I took the notice. I thanked her. I closed the door. Then I sat down at my kitchen table, opened my laptop, and started building my case. Section 12, Article 4 covered street-facing fence aesthetics. My fence was not visible from any public road. I printed that page and highlighted it in yellow. I put it all in a manila folder, labeled it, dated it. By Thursday morning, I had sent a certified letter to the HOA board, not to Margaret, to the full board, with copies of every single document. Then the second letter arrived. This one wasn't from Margaret. This one was from the HOA's attorney. Patricia drafted our response in 48 hours. It was 6 pages. It walked through every citation and demonstrated why every single one was either inapplicable, misquoted, or factually wrong. It also included something Patricia called a preservation demand, a formal notice that any retaliatory fine or lien would be considered harassment under Georgia Code Section 44-3-223. By Friday, the HOA's attorney had withdrawn their threat. In writing, she stood up at the open forum and told the assembled homeowners that I had circumvented the architectural review process and set a dangerous precedent for the community. I had printed 12 copies of my complete documentation packet. I handed one to every board member. I put one on the table in front of Margaret. Then, calmly and without a single raised word, I walked through everything. The notification, the permit, the correct section, the wrong section she'd cited, the attorney letter, the withdrawal. Someone in the back, named Dale, started slow clapping. Just him at first. Then a few others joined. Margaret gathered her clipboard and walked out before the meeting adjourned. The fence still stands. Biscuit has not escaped once. And every time I look out my kitchen window and see those cedar planks, I think about that yellow violation notice and how she expected that to be the end of it.